morning, or afternoon, randos! JTN 2002 here, along with Wolfman 2000 for some Rando Challenge Cup action.
Indeed, JTN. We have roxas232 versus SoulLyme, showcasing some of the newer sprites as well. Joys of V30.
And also a Joy of V30, we can see the name displays are a little different. And also can see, no, this is not a Plando. Everybody's starting with absolutely nothing.
Yeah, one of the new changes is we get to see the inventory as our runners save and quit, which may be a valid strategy as our runners go through this crazy world of Hyrule to find what they need to finish the game. This is an open mode seed throughout. It is entirely possible that some matches will have more variations, but in this case, we're going with the plain and simple traditional .open.
So, those of you who like all the crazy, not gonna see any of that here. Just good old-fashioned open. So, sit back, enjoy, and think of what trolls you'd like to see.
Well, maybe Hookshot and Turtle Rock would be nice.
A Master Fetch quest is always a nice thing to see. You still don't know if you need that pedestal or not.
Oh, of course. I am speaking to the one who likes the Master Shovel, I believe.
I've seen it once in a tournament match, and oh my goodness. But our restreamer tonight, Math Girl, likes a Moon Pearl on the pedestal, and we're going to see Link's house. Big.
Yeah, that is correct. Both runners already starting in two different paths, but nothing yet. SoulLyme is hoping for a good tree pull, pick up the sign, launch at the soldier, and no good this time. Perhaps Uncle will have something good. Wow, ooh! See those bomb crabs over there, JTN?
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, bombs. Definitely helping, and well, we don't have to worry about Aghanim this time.
Oh.
Sorry, they can't all be Aghanim required seeds. Now, over to the forest. Just 20 rupees. Maybe inside the hole we'll have something.
Who knows? Maybe they do have Andy's prized ether medallion in there.
Nah, just another 20.
Just think though, 3 more of those, and we can get that bottle vendor out of the way in a hurry.
We could do that, though I'm curious if our runners will attempt the hula hand strategy to just get 225 rupees off the bat.
That is also a possibility. A lot of ways to get some early cash, even if the game does not throw you a 300 real early.
Alright, Roxas in Blind's Hut. 5 chests in here. What will they contain? I saw a glove. I saw bombs. I saw nothing of importance and nothing of importance. And the back end, nothing really either.
Womp womp. But a glove is nice.
Now, how about the well over here? Think we'll have better luck?
Well, 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 what are we going to have over there? Another glove would be supreme, but I don't think that's good. Maybe a sword?
No swords yet. In the meantime, SoulLyme is heading to the tavern at first. And gets blue mail.
Okay.
With a lantern
Lamp in the well.
Yep.
Yay! No more dark rooms.
We didn't even encounter a dark room yet. But otherwise... Wow, the chicken house didn't have anything either.
But look at that sink of our runners in Chicken Hut.
Now Roxas is... Go ahead.
I wouldn't consider a full heart nothing at this phase in the game with our runners on such low health.
That is a fair point. Not all of our runners like to go for 3 heart runs. Now, how about that library?
Yeah, we were talking a little before the stream went on. You know I am a filthy scrub casual. I couldn't execute a 3-heart run.
Alright. The library didn't have anything of worth. Race game... I had missed what was there. Perhaps you can check?
Your stream does seem to be going a couple seconds ahead of me. That's a moon pearl, sir!
Well, that explains why Roxas is heading back into the race game.
Sorry, Bath Girl. No Master Pearl today.
I don't think there are going to be any complaints this time, at least from our runners.
True story. Though to be fair, we couldn't even communicate to these runners if we wanted to. They're on a 20-minute delay.
That is true. I kind of wish I remembered where I put the Ocarina of Time now. Except that's in the wrong game, so not much we can do anyway.
Still, a flute would be nice to see.
Into the reservoir. Some call it the dam. Others call it, water.
I call it the floodgate, actually.
Floodgate, that's also a good one. Well, let's open those floodgates.
And nothing that good on the inside. We'll see what our sunken treasure is today.
Not anything of worth. In the meantime, Roxas is now going to head towards Mini Moldorm Cave. 5 more items there, but in this case, we have to use our bombs as ammunition.
Bomb Moldworm, gotta love it.
Has to be careful, but in this case, Roxas should be good.
If those left 2 stay together, you could say the bomb didn't happen this time, though. Yeah, if you're doing this for the first time, you want to be faced vertically when you place your bomb. You don't want to drop it in the hole. Money! Another heart. Regular fashion old boomerang. Big old 20 and another big old garbage.
So, Dark Shadows is asked in chat, even though I know this should be known already, are there infinite bombs? That answer, to my knowledge, is no. Now, one of the changes that did take place with version 30 is you now purchase your upgrade capacities instead of finding them out in the world. That's why our runners are going to encounter more 20 rupees than ever before, along with maybe some more bomb pickups and arrow pickups. However, I believe the max caps are still respected at 50 and 70 respectively.
Yep, I actually hundoed one of these seeds just to test that out a while ago. When you do your purchases from the waterfall or Venus's waterfall down over around the lake, you purchase them 5 at a time. The last one is still a 10, and that's a sword in the ice cave.
That it is, and also we had our first map check. Tower of Hera is a pendant, the rest are normal crystals.
Now, you see, normally here, we'd give a shout out to our trackers. Hey Wolfman, here's your shout out.
Hi JTN. Alright, hi Sahasrala. Oh, we're not gonna talk to Sahasrala. Fine. And nothing worthwhile inside the closet. So now SoulLyme is heading to the Ice Rod Cave, which is where we had found the first sword, while Roxas is heading over to Eastern Palace. We have the potential for 3 items, but we are going to depend on whether one of those items is a bow. If we do not get a bow, then we are unable to progress to the end of the dungeon because of the eye rocks at the end. The green ones can be taken out with a sword, but not the red ones.
And there's a very annoying one sitting right before our boss, and that's a Bombos.
Ah, there you go. I guess you did find that Ocarina of Time.
Yep. Managed to do a little refreshing, and I believe the lag issues that were pointed out by the chat are gone on my end.
Alright, SoulLyme is going for a fake flipper, gets it. Now the trouble with fake flippering. You get hit, that is it.
Meanwhile, the eastern map is vanilla. Looked like there was a big 20 on the lake island. SoulLyme's off to Hobo.
The camper, as I call him. Only
to reconsider.
Not. Maybe a little bit concerned about doing the fake flipper to get out of that screen.
The archer on the bridge is also very rude.
I can confirm I've died to that archer numerous times. It's annoying. 3rd chest for Roxas.
Big
well,
key.
There we go.
Normally, you'd find a compass there, and it's a secret to everybody.
Ooh, wake for SoulLyme.
Big 5 in the big chest, so unless the bow is in the big key chest, this is gonna spell the end of the dungeon for Roxas.
Half magic on King Zora's ledge, and SoulLyme does not have enough storage available. Also doesn't have enough money to pay the king.
I think SoulLyme's taking a moment to consider options. Is he gonna try to farm 137 bucks? Unlike
The other thing is you have to...
And there's another sword! Wow!
Oh, and SoulLyme just realized you have to... There is a way of doing it. Using the boots, you can actually store a charge, get a perfect fate flipper, and then be able to go down like that.
I like this play from Roxas. Looks like we're going to see a castle escape, and depending on how this goes, that's a Master Sword. We have a Moon Pearl. We could potentially see an Aga?
Oh my gosh. Already 13 minutes in, and we are discussing the possibility of Aghanim being required in his...
Well, to be fair, we do have Dark World access over by the village. It's just a very roundabout walk to do it.
Walk and... well, we're kind of missing a hook shot. So if we were to take out Aghanim...
that opens up East Dark World. And West is open separately. Oh, this could be evil.
Yeah. In the meantime, SoulLyme is going up Death Mountain, already rescued the old man, and was at least paid somewhat handsomely. Alright,
wow,
here's
your... Start in the basement. Boom! Well, back to Eastern? Question mark?
Probably after we dive into the Palace of Darkness. We already found all 3 items. Spectacle Rock had nothing. Inside of Spectacle Rock only had a single green rupee, but there is a telepathic tile there. So SoulLyme is going for that. One of the other changes in D30 is the possibility of hints. We saw kind of a joking hint previously, but some of them could actually be legitimate, such as where are the boots?
Mapping the Bloomerang chest, no big help there. We're gonna go see what Zelda has.
Titan's Mitts and Pod!
Mitts and Pod! You heard it here first.
Wait. If Titan's Mitts are in Pod, then depending on what else is in Escape, and
this might be Legacy! I might have called it! Uh-oh.
Maybe not. That is a forest mushroom. JTN, why don't you explain the significance of that item?
That is a fetch quest. It could literally be anything. That little item just sends you off to the witch in a completely random tangent. But Roxas says 528 rupees. It might be time to go pay King Ripoff on the way. But no, we're gonna see a Dark Cross as SoulLyme begins his escape. And we'll be very pleased.
Indeed. Bow is always a good thing to find, required for a number of dungeons. Mushroom, maybe not. Now, I guess SoulLyme was kind of thrown off by finding the bow that early. Nothing wrong with taking a few seconds to collect yourself, but remember, this is a race. These two are competing against each other on the same seed. Winner gets a point in their group. This is technically Group T. There are 6 runners per group, if I recall correctly.
That sounds about right. And Roxas cannot finish escape because the sewers key is not available. Never mind, I'll just eat my own words right now because he's going to go get that sewers key and 2 more items, finishing off the escape in a very... Words are tasty.
Well, here's hoping the treasures are just as good. Treasure 1, 100. Treasure 2, heart container, and we know the last one is a small key.
Now, the thing you gotta look out for is I agree with the devs of this game, and I like my puns. You gotta turn that mushroom in pretty quick, and you don't want to forget about it. Otherwise, it could badger you for quite a while.
But will our runners want to save that mushroom for the potential to fake powder?
That is a good question, as we see where our runners are going to snake their way to next.
I'm trying to figure out how that's a pun now, because apparently the audience is right now not liking them.
Badger, mushroom, snake. Clearly you need to watch more Newgrounds.
I haven't been to that place in a decade, pretty much. Alright, Roxas is taking the dip and is heading over to the camper. Both runners now have enough money to pay King Zora. Okay. Thank you for that, JTN.
Anytime. So what's our camp we're hiding out from the law from this time? You stole 20 bucks, apparently.
Alright, SoulLyme is going to take care of the witch's hut and probably take care of King Zora at the same time.
Roxas might be doing the same, being in the fake flipper mode, so the runners should be syncing up somewhat nicely.
So yeah, we are now down to 3 item locations by logic.
Uh-oh. Wolfman, I don't like the looks of that. Because that hits to one thing.
Yeah. Bumper cave. No, I know. Seriously, it's more Aga.
Okay.
Alright, Roxas now with Quake, and why am I now forgetting where Bombos was? Oh, right, I was in Eastern.
Yep, first chest of Eastern. Normally where the single hundo rupee is. And Roxas is gonna go make a purchase.
Then, to quote some more fellow commentators, will King Zora provide a life lesson, a love lesson, or actual worth?
It could be vanilla. Probably not.
A love lesson. And in the meantime, we got a pendant lesson. Green pendant in ice.
And no half magic for Roxas.
Yeah. We have some people in chat hoping that the hammer's on the Armos Knights, but that is actually impossible. We've already seen the 3 items in Eastern Palace, and since this is not Key Sanity, that's all the items that they're going to get.
That's true, he's got to have a compass. Or they have to have a compass. There's 6 of them. Right. Now, where's Roxas going?
Death Mountain. Never went up there yet.
Oh, Roxas is climbing a mountain. What's he gonna find on that mountain? We know.
Well, hopefully Roxas remembers to check the hint as well, because that hint is also a good indicator of, oh hey, Aghanim is knocking, and there's just one item in the way. What is Agina holding?
Oh, that's right. Nobody's checked the most annoying location of Spear Zero.
It may be possible that our runners will check for it. They may just want to get the encounter out of the way. We will know soon enough.
So what would you do if your decision was you're off to see the wizard or you're going out to Agina's cave?
I would go to Agina's cave because I could also check out what's on the desert ledge.
Fair.
And Roxas! Oh my goodness. Roxas did not check the telepathic tile.
Womp womp.
He does not have the knowledge that Titan's mitts are located in Palace of Darkness. Now, admittedly, if Aghanim is required, most likely he's going to go over there anyway. And speaking of going...
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Og!
Oh gosh, I forgot you did that too.
I don't get to do it that often, though. So, One Piece effect is in play on this seed, it seems. Aghanim is extremely likely.
And so we begin the ascent.
There are 2 chests in the castle tower. What do they have? The small keys necessary for the castle.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about items in this mode.
So, progression hunters, you're not going to see a lot from Roxas' side for a while, so we'll shift our attention over onto SoulLyme's end, as the next progression we will see is the item on the Armos Knight.
It's not going to be an item on the Armos Knights, but SoulLyme is able to at least complete the dungeon and get an early crystal lead.
Oh yeah, compass. Derp.
It's alright.
This is why I commentate instead of run.
SoulLyme is equipped with the Master Sword as well. As Roxas is making their way up. One of the most annoying dark rooms has been taken out. I don't know if that many runners that would go for Aghanim's Tower lampless, though. Also, another telepathic tile. He's checking this one.
Dodongo dislikes smoke.
What is it with the Zelda 1 hints?
If you see the Thief Link face, that is obviously a troll. And most of the fakes are Zelda 1 quotes.
I knew that the fake ones were in green, and I know the face was a recent addition. I just meant more why are most of them Zelda 1? I
think the runners got tired of puns after seeing all the text on blind over the various versions.
But blind still gives. But blind still gives puns. Oh yeah, 6-4. Let's have a little bit of fun. So the way that Aghanim works is he has a pattern of spitting out some normal red balls and a bunch of blue balls. Assuming worst case pattern 0 to 15 is the magic number. Put your guesses in chat now.
The number shall be 3, no more, no less.
I'm going to go I'm going to go with 4. While our restreamer, Math Girl, wants to be very evil with 15.
Of course she would. I'll let you call the fight, I'll keep the count active. That's 1.
Alright, Roxas is in good position.
That's 2.
Fortunately, spin attacks are mostly safe as long as you keep your distance, but every 5th attack, Aghanim unleashes the lightning. Staying up top is the safest place you can be.
And after lightning, of course, you will never see a blue ball. That's why the max is 15. That's 3, I'm on the money. As is Mantis Factory.
Try again.
We're out. You're on the money now. And you're out of the money. We're on 5.
Dark Shadows on 5. Meantime, SoulLyme
about to pay for his life lesson, looks like. That's 6. We're out. This is getting up there in terms of rude AGA 1s.
7?
This is the rudest AGA 1 I've ever seen outside of a plant donut. And the number is 7. No winners today.
Alright, we have
Pyramid
access
item.
to... Yep.
Another big old 20.
Now, Roxas didn't see the hint. Do you think he's going to go in a Palace of Darkness first, or is he going to see the catfish? Also,
Gonna get a map check for us.
Swamp is the other crystal. East, Pod and Turtle Rock are the pyramid crystals. Yeah, Swamp is pendant. That's what I meant. Alright, Roxas is heading over to Palace of Darkness. Has enough money to take care of Kiki the monkey. You need a minimum of 110 rupees in order to allow the escort quest to work out.
A little bit of rage slashing for SoulLyme. I think he is going to be off to see that wizard.
However, that's not necessarily a good thing. Note the rupee count, 91. If SoulLyme does not get enough rupees, then he's going to be kind of money starved.
Well, you might just pick up a big 20 on the top of the pyramid.
Oh,
Roxas just loses 10 bucks.
That's why I said it's a minimum of 110. If you get hit, Kiki takes another 10, and then once you get to the end of this journey to the entrance of Palace of Darkness, you have to pay another 100.
So I believe that's 1 comm curse for each of us on this seed so far?
I've lost track. Alright, Palace of Darkness.
Shooter room. I've seen a lift upgrade in here before. Unfortunately, in that seed, this was my first lift upgrade, and I went on full tilt. Small key. Looks like we're probably gonna head the right side.
Well, we do have the bow, so we can complete it within logic. Except, Roxas? Oh, I see. Picking up the bomb and just going that way. I always forget about that pushable statue. And... Roxas, why did you not check that telepathic tile?
Roxas may be thinking V29 still.
I know Roxas checked one of the tiles, maybe got thrown off by the first one that he actually checked. So that may be something we're gonna have to ask about during the interviews, if assuming that either one wants one.
Agreed.
Now, the fortunate part for Roxas is... we know the Titan's mitts are in here somewhere. So as long as they're not hammerlocked behind the Helmasaur King, then Roxas has access.
Yeah, well, he's gonna death warp to the front. It's gonna be a little costly because the health totals have gotten pretty high, but was that everything as small keys in the front of...
That is correct. 3 for 3 small keys. But then again, that is the nature of the Palace of Darkness. A lot of the items are in the back half.
Business in the front!
And party in the back, I believe.
Yep. Palace of Darkness definitely living up to the moniker of the Mullet Mansion today.
Alright, Roxas is going to immediately check the big key chest.
I like this play.
Certainly have enough small keys, and in this case, it was an optional small key. Or a one-to-one key. So
Get
that's
out of my
4
head.
out of 6.
That's also a key, but it's a lot bigger inside. Nice.
2 small keys left. And if I know enough of the logic, they're going to be encountered. One of them is probably on this right-hand chest that Roxas is heading towards, and one is going to be in the money tunnel or money pit.
I'd agree with that. Meanwhile, SoulLyme's about to experience the Big 7.
Assuming no misses, of course.
You would say that.
Someone has to be the realist around here.
Fair. Roxas going through the dark maze first. Interesting.
I can kind of understand. No matter what, you're gonna have to backtrack one way or the other. So you may as well take damage in the harmless hallway, which actually isn't so harmless when you intentionally run into spikes.
And that's our first potion of the day. We could see a sick kid play now. Very out of the way.
Inside the big chest. Compass.
Hey, Helmosaur is down that way.
I don't think Roxas is looking at the compass. Alright, 4 more chests left.
Sankard!
There is 1 heart in the entire game that will refill your health to full. That is the Sanctuary Heart. 3 items remain.
There's the gold clubs.
And
the last of the small keys.
I called it.
That you did, sir.
And the
And
last
look at SoulLyme,
key,
99 bucks.
And the last small key has already been found, so yep, 20 bucks it is. That means Helmosaur has the last item. If
And
I
for
counted
now-
correctly.
Correct, and that is the Palace of Done for Now.
No, Math Girl. The Titan's Minutes are actually located in the money pit in Palace of Darkness.
Oh, and SoulLyme's not going to go pay off the monkey. He's going to go see what the catfish has.
And in the meantime, Roxas is going to check out the sick kid, hoping that that bottle is something of worth.
It's worth his love. That's what it's worth.
Come on, catfish?
You know it's bad when you're saying that to Steve. And catfish is the bomb. Literally.
There's the map check for SoulLyme. So, go ahead.
And we'll tune into SoulLyme here as we're slowly approaching the 40.
And in the meantime, we already found a big key in Skullwood.
A completely optional big key in this dungeon. And a useless compass.
However, that small key was not found, so we have to take the long way.
Yep, this room here will have a guaranteed key to prevent the necessity of a save and quit in this room.
I do believe there is a new logic-based mode called No Logic where that small key isn't guaranteed to be there.
Speaking of small keys, there's another one. Gonna get a little bomb jump action while SoulLyme is farming for cash. Oh wow, another small key from Skullwood.
Which means... oh boy, we may have both items fire rod locked.
But first, the most annoying room in the dungeon. That is, unless you have a certain cane of cheating, which has not been found yet.
Oh no, SoulLyme, I would advise you to... oh, going for the stun prize, hoping for the best! No, it's just a heart!
Little bit of love. Looking for
And
10
now-
bucks?
No, Sour has 100, but needs 110! This is not going to end well. It's not going to end well for Roxas either.
Burrito.
And now, SoulLyme realizes the harsh truth. Hoping to take out the Hinox for cash, but Hinox primarily drops... yeah.
Yeah, they drop bobs. So SoulLyme's gonna be monkeying around over there for a bit.
But Kiki
And
made the
Roxas
monkey
is
out of
back
Sour.
in the dungeon. Good luck getting in. And he runs away, costing you a tenner. Rude.
So now that we at least have Titan's Mitts, we have access to Western Dark World, and then we can always loop our way around to the Digging Game, to the Haunted Grove, and then hoping that the cave south of the bomb shop has something otherwise known as Hype Cave for arbitrary reasons.
I prefer to call it the Cave of Questionable Value. Usually when I'm here, that cave is complete garbage. Oh hey, SoulLyme's got 110 bucks. And he passes an enemy drop 20.
I think it happened on the screen transition, would have had to react literally lightning fast to get it. And in the meantime, Roxas is preparing for an eventual Thieves Town dive, but first,
some gambling.
Wow, the double single arrow.
It has been found. Those of you who are looking at your bingo boards, you can check that one off.
Well, maybe the Sea House will have something good.
Stop!
Hammer time!
And looks like Roxas will be doing another East Dungeon double dip.
Also, oh no, SoulLyme only had 110 when he started, and thus it's unable to go into Ballads of Darkness.
Again!
Kiki!
More money, more problems.
In the meantime, on Roxas' side, the first 4 chests in Thieves Town are always guaranteed to have a big key in one of the 4.
Yeah, that small key, of course, could be locked inside the big chest and be one-to-one away. Not happening today, though.
Second bottle, so Big Key's vanilla here.
And more bees!
I am actually kind of thankful that, at least with the flag set that our runners have, we're not going to have to worry about bees and bottles that try to attack you when you open up their chests. Now, interestingly enough, SoulLyme is still trying to get all the money. There's a 5, not enough, but do keep in mind we haven't seen what's on Agina yet.
That is true.
So, Dark Shadows, this looks to be an open mode C, no specialty changes. There's your B, and there it goes.
Yay. Yep, this is what you call a quote-unquote standard open, I guess?
Technically, it would be, Uncle fully randomized open. No other variation.
What are those?
Those are the speed boots, or Pegasus boots. So, yeah, have fun running around at the speed of not quite sound.
I don't know. They look rather dashing to me.
Your joke has no soul.
You would be the heel of this commentary team. Anyway, we are in Thieves' Town, so this does make sense.
Alright, SoulLyme is finally entering Palace of Darkness.
With $2 to his name. A bit of love from Blind Cell. Be off to the big chest shortly. Thankfully, picking up the hammer beforehand, we don't have to make this dungeon a double dip as well.
Alright, inside the big chest.
Big 20! That makes sense. So it looks like Blind's gonna have a burrito, and that'll close out that dungeon. Speaking of which, this is Roxas' first dungeon completion incoming.
That is true. And also the first in-game pun that we are going to encounter. Sausage is the worst. I have to agree with that.
That pun was well done.
Yeah, I know, chat's gonna grill us for this later. But not before Blind is cooked. Roxas, enjoy your first crystal.
At 47 minutes in, runners each have one different crystal.
Alright, Bombable Hut, I believe this is. Either that or Bombable Shed.
Brewery, actually.
Brewery, thank you.
A unique item is in Thieves' Town. Why, yes. Yes, it was.
Roxas never got that hint. Not that he needed it, apparently. Alright, we had talked about hammer time. This is effectively MC Hammer's vault, then. Just have to get these pegs down, and we get to see what's inside.
I love that hammer dash. Oh Oh, that's convenient.
Very convenient.
So, you get the mirror right before you use it to take the Smith's home and start bringing the purple chest down towards Agina's cave.
Which means we'll finally learn once
and for all whether this was an Agassiz.
Actually, at this point, I think it had to have been because we had found the Hammer and Titans bits and there was no other Dark World access. At least that's how I see it.
I see it as a probable. Alright, what are the Smiths manufacturing today besides that lovely baguette?
Some love. Now, does Roxas still have... no, not going for the chest yet. Probably going to head to the digging game first. And the reason that this is being done, for those that don't know, the digging game host doesn't like it when anything follows you.
He is quite rude.
I've seen worse.
And we'll see how many digs it takes today.
It's between 1 and 30 inclusive. 30 seconds, you can easily average 1 dig per, as long as you're careful and don't redig the same spot. There it is.
14 for $50.
Now it makes sense. Oh, I think that was a bad attempt at a super spin there on Roxas's part.
Could have been.
Yeah, super spins are kind of tricky. I am sure Math Girl, our restreamer, can explain that much better than I can, but it's basically charge up a spin attack, be on stairs, let go of the sword button, immediately hit the dash button. You basically have 1 frame to pull it off.
Exactly. It's something this scrub can't do. Meanwhile, off to Cave 45.
While SoulLyme now has the Titan's mitts and now is able to progress through this seed.
Just a big old 20 in there.
Alright, time to visit Stumpy.
Stumpy is also the bomb in this scene. Roxas is right now, sorry about that. Roxas is pretty much in what I would like to call the Dark World Tour.
Well, that is true. We are able to get a lot of items covered at this point.
Bombos tablet, however, is not.
Not yet. Definitely not yet. No book.
The thief is also the bomb in this scene.
Ooh! Gotta love it when the grass causes a rebound because of a hidden enemy.
Yeah, about that. So, the cave of questionable value has 5. Junk. Equal junk. Junk. Useful. Junk. That is now the Cave of Arrows. There were 30 arrows and silver.
I wouldn't object to silver arrows.
I'd give that cave a 6 out of 10. I do not like doing spin cannon.
I can confirm from experience, Spin Ganon is not that fun. Also, while we were focused on that cave, did I miss SoulLyme pick up the hammer?
Well, we shall see. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Someone's gonna finally clear Sphere 0 at 53 minutes.
Nope, I didn't miss it because Sour's about to get it right now. Alright, at this point, I honestly believe it's 100% confirmed that Agina did not have Dark World progression.
Come on. Flippers is gonna be hilarious here, by the way. Agina is also the bomb in this seed. I shouldn't be able to make the same running gag 4 times in a game. What's going on?
It's just showing that you have kind of forgotten how to be Dynamite.
Yeah, the progress lately hasn't been very, shall we say, explosive.
Okay, you're...
I'm done.
I think our jokes are just now duds. So let's just figure out where Roxas is going. I'm suspecting we're going to end up seeing a mini northern tour from him right now. Where basically we're going to check out what is on top of Bumper Cave, since, you know,
And ironically enough, Roxas does not have the cape. And I did confirm this on a menu check earlier. Surprisingly. Where was that thing?
The cape? I'm trying to recall. Well...
Bumper Cave's vanilla.
Alright, we don't need to worry about Bumper Cave then. So most likely Roxas is going to take care of some of the other items right around here. We have the Sanctuary Bonk Rocks, then we have the Graveyard Ledge, and then King's Tomb.
And there's the end of the money troubles.
Oh, and Dark Shadows have
runner.
reconfirmed. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Dark...
the mushroom. Oh, hey, Roxas is going to turn in the mushrooms soon, conveniently enough. So that hopefully will not be badgering him any longer, and we'll also get the bombs from Catfish. Now, that's going to be progress.
Alright, tile check for SoulLyme. Unique item and some bombs are fire-locked in Misery Mire. Ooh, boy, what could that unique item be?
So, fire-locked, that is compass chest, because you got 4 torches to go up into there, or the infamous cutscene chest.
AKA the other, you know, the big key chest of Misery Mire. So one of them will have something unique. We've already confirmed the single arrow has been found, so we can knock that one out of the unique pool.
Meanwhile, more love for Roxas as SoulLyme is... got his boots.
That is correct. So at this point, thanks to Hammer and Mirror...
Roxas is climbing a mountain.
And trying to get the spin speed, not getting it, but not going to stress over it.
Cabbages. So one thing worse than cabbages in this mountain. And those are dead rocks.
So let's talk a little bit about some strategy here. By this point, both of our runners know that Tower of Hera is a pendant dungeon. Do you go in?
I'd poke my head in. I wouldn't be concerned about a full clear, but I'd poke my head in.
Well, here comes that poke. First one, Piece of Heart, so that's one item down. Alright, tile. I said tile, or okay.
No tile.
There's a tile.
Garbage! Once again, garbage tile.
Is it just me, or have all the tiles that Roxas have checked been the junk hits? Certainly feels like it.
That it does, and it looks like Roxas is gonna go for the full clear here. Can't really argue it. I mean, the rest you have... Well, there is Paradox outstanding in the whole Eastern Mountain because you got the hammer. And that compass was vanilla.
Alright, Rox is going for the bomb jump, gets the dash. Uh-oh.
The penalty key! Some arrows at blind side. No kidding!
Well, there was the first valid hint that Roxas ran into, but not what he was looking for. In the meantime, time for,
Trolliest of worms.
Moldorm. Uh-oh. Okay.
No penalty box today.
But we may have a timeout regardless. Second item is in the basement.
So, time to go get your coffee ready, as we've now crossed 1 hour. You're listening to GTN 2002 Wolfman 2000 and Math Girl 718 over on the Restream. This is the Rando Challenge Cup Tournament, Group T, I believe.
And please don't forget to give our runners roxas232 and SoulLyme a follow, because they are certainly giving us an excellent race here.
SoulLyme.
Go.
Interesting, he picked the Smith up before the mirror. That was a very fortunate item for him. Saves the save and quit.
Alright. Is the basement item worth it? 4 torches away.
Now this is Moldworm's true last possession.
Wrong tower, JTN. A little bit of love, though.
Oh, I like that call, Dark Shadows. I really like that call. Roxas is going east on the mountain, SoulLyme going west to 14 digs.
And, oh, Dead Rocks out of the way!
And the mountain island was just a big old 5, and we're gonna check the bottom/top of Paradox Cave.
Okay, I had missed that. But thank you for getting that. There we go.
Not a problem. 7 items here.
Joys of Paradox Cave, where the stairs and cave entrances don't make sense.
Roxas mails it in.
Alright. We have 5 items left. Fortunately, the Moldorms are pickings now.
That's... Well, you know what that's gotta be.
You can say it.
That's gotta be a magical boomerang! And Kane.
Nice subversion.
Yeah, that was the red cave right there.
So right now, it's interesting. With Roxas's equipment, now counting the cane, we can potentially go into Turtle Rock. We have a 2/3 chance of opening it right now.
Watch, it's ether. Well, also, you've got Meyer once we get the flute, and that requires ether, Bombos, or Quake.
It's Bombos.
Lucky day.
So, Turtle Rock has 4 small keys and 5 chests, if I recall correctly. Well, 5 chests of items, anyway.
And a boss requires 2 rods, none of which we have. But we're not going to see that today. Oh, he's going to try a bonk shot. Or, no, Super Bunny.
Well, Super Bunny makes sense. It's already here. And just 2 pieces of love.
Now, did Roxas check the spiral cave?
No, not yet.
Yeah, that's true. He did jump down the right side here. But we're going to see a bonk shot.
Hookshot cave, though we can bonk our way over.
And the hook shot could have been there, not today though.
Alright. In honor of our restreamer, I'll do this here. Spiral cave, spiral cave. Roxas is checking spiral cave. What's it got? Probably junk, but gonna check this
anyway.
Look out! What is in spiral cave?
That's a hook shot!
Hook shots in spiral cave.
You realize I'm the one that started that song, actually.
I couldn't tell. Well,
the line goes, "What's it got? Probably trash. Gonna check it anyway." And that was definitely not trash.
I wanted to improvise.
Fair enough.
So, I was kinda close. You know, same general area.
So, Hookshot Cave Part 2.
With the bug net.
And water toes!
And flippers. Ooh, boy. That opens up both Swamp and Ice Palace by logic. Meantime, SoulLyme is having some issues with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over here.
Cash above the pose.
Yeah, Rox has already got that one though. That's the that's Graveyard Ledge.
So now the question on SoulLyme's side: hammer the Helmosaur or bomb the Helmosaur?
Hammer.
T-Rock Compass Room was smoky.
So we are able to progress a little bit farther. Alright, final item. What is Helmosaur King guarding? Piece of heart.
Womp womp.
Now, over on Roxas' side, the Chain Chomp room.
Those Chain Chomps are very hungry. They even eat some Aria blocks. And we're done.
Fire Rod locked Turtle Rock.
Double rod locked Turtle Rock, sir.
It's entirely possible that the Ice Rod is located inside of Turtle Rock. Though, at this point, I think it's time we cover a little bit of speculation.
As the runners sink a saving quit.
So...
Roxas is definitely doing swamp with this loadout.
Yeah, I would approve of this too. So let's look at what our pendant dungeons are. They are Tower of Hera, Swamp Palace, or excuse me, Skull Woods, and Ice Palace.
I have a different kind of speculation. Remember, SoulLyme has a one key item up on Roxas right now. Spiky Cave, Spiky Cave. SoulLyme could check Spiky Cave, but he's not. We don't care. I'll let you continue and...
Uh-oh, we're dodging Spiky Cave. Now, the other speculation that I'm talking about deals with what the pendants can open. Remember...
Oh!
Yeah.
My...
The Master Sword pedestal.
Yeah. Ped is still quite alive.
As far as required items go, it could be the Ice Rod, it could be the flute. It could be the book.
Could be a fetch quest leading to one of those. Come on, shove.
If we seriously get the shovel on this, I'm gonna eat my non-existent hat.
And before you ask, no, none of us here rolled this seed. This was bot rolled.
That is correct. The runners give the bots the commands, and we have nothing to do with it. We just call it.
SoulLyme's not happy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really not about to not be happy. He's gonna be picking up small keys soon.
Or not. That's one of the worst places to fall. And SoulLyme is just done. This could potentially cost him if we do have to go for the item on the pedestal.
As long as that doesn't happen, there's a big time save. Roxas coming around the bottom side of Swamp. Gonna check the compass location. More money! Alright, I got a question for you. To left side or not to left side? That is the question.
If I was playing left side, we are not in a position to immediately finish the game. We go item hunting.
Unfortunately, without a hint so far as to what's on the left side of Swamp, I would agree with your assessment.
Right now we have a hint about the left side of Misery Mire, but in order to even get there, we require the flute. Once we get the flute, it's then still a 2/3 chance because we don't know if ether is required.
But even if we can't get into Mire itself, we get some items around that area.
SoulLyme unfortunately was too close to the pot, picked it up instead of dashing into it. Probably does not know about the turnaround dash. I'm noticing Sour's position, trying to keep on backing up away from the pot instead of dashing one direction and then turning another.
Nope, he's got it. All that for the 50. I gotta say, this seat is annoying.
And SoulLyme took the unintentional long way for Bunny without realizing.
He's got a mirror. He can despawn blocks. Everything's fine. Left side of swamp is the bomb, and also is the arrow. Boo.
We've gotten to the point where you are now self-booing your own puns.
That was just a complete bust left side swamp. Nobody wants to see that.
Ah.
I mean, I build plandos for a living, and I don't like seeing that. That should tell you something.
Fair enough. No big key sighting yet, so Roxas is going to just move on. Which brings up another question. Do you... Depending on where you get the big key, do you actually go back for that big chest, or do you just go a second lap?
If it's in the drain room, or as long as it's not Argus, I will go back. I love it when it's in the drain room, just below where Roxas is right now, because it's very convenient to get back. If it's up above, it's a little bit less convenient, but I'd still go back.
Arrows, bombs.
Well, crap. It's on Argus!
It's either on Argus, or it's the big key that leads to the big chest.
It could be 1-to-1. That is best case scenario right now, and if the big key is on Argus, I may have to eat your non-existent hat. Ooh, Dark Shadows.
Oh, come on. He's allowed to be critical of our stuff.
Fair.
Alright, Argus time. With Master Sword, it takes 2 hits per child, effectively.
At least it's not Menu Boss.
It could be, but not required here.
It could have been, because the required Aghanim, we did have a cape available.
That is true. And we welcome one of the admins here, Vahita Knight. Right, for those that have just joined in late, Roxas and SoulLyme are going through what appears to be an open mode based seed, trying to finish this off as quickly as possible. Oh boy!
Ooh! Literacy and a pendant.
Wait, that means I accidentally called them incorrectly. It was Swamp Palace that was the pendant, not Skull Woods. My apologies, folks.
Your dual-duty commentators and trackers will fix that momentarily. Oh, wait, we already did. Speaking of that Bombos tablet, here we go! And this opens up Desert as well.
Desert is full clearable at this point. On Bombos tablet.
A lot of money.
SoulLyme about to get the flippers. Desert Ledge, piece of heart. We don't need that.
Roxas is just praying for progression in this dungeon, I think.
Alright, since we had the pendants called in correctly, that means the fire rod is now a potential item on the pedestal. Pedestal is surprisingly stacked here. It could be the magic powder, it could be the fire rod, it could be ice rod, it could be ether, it could be flute, it could be the shovel.
It could be the powder.
Thought I covered that, maybe I missed it.
Point is, a lot of these items could still be anywhere.
There's a small key. Will we get something useful on that tile?
Well, we knew that already. Thank you. I believe that was the regular boomerang that was over there.
That was the lantern, actually.
Yeah. I believe also was the hundo.
That is technically unique, yes. First item found in desert.
Well, desert is a crystal, so it's going to get full clear treatment.
And second item.
Heart count up to 14. Huh? Roxas skipped over an item. Is there a reason for that?
There is. Desert Palace only has 2 items, and we have already found both of them. It was Rupee in the big chest and the heart in the small chest. So
Okay.
that means it's map or compass. So now it's time for the Desert Gauntlet.
Dark Shadows, I totally agree with you in the chat. Definitely gonna do a Pod Eastern combo after this.
And in the meantime, Sour is going for Swamp Palace. There wasn't too much here. We don't know if that book is required yet, or if it's just a...
That book might be required for this here desert run.
You're right. We haven't found the flute yet. Which could be... Oh, that's where the hook shot hit was!
Spiral Cave. The hook shot was in Spiral Cave. There's your hint. Bit too late. I got nothing.
Wish it was earlier, would have been great. Oh, great. It was in Spiral Cave.
Silvers for Landmos. Always convenient.
As long as you hit on all 3, because if you ever miss one, it can get a little hectic.
But when you get them both in the same cycle, that's pretty nice. There's the burrito, means the compass was over on the right side. Desert is done.
So now where is Roxas going to go next? I am suspecting...
Looks like Pod Eastern.
Actually, I was thinking it may have been Ice Palace, but... Nope, I think you're right on this one. Pod Eastern looks to be the play.
Well, and I don't think from what we've seen on SoulLyme's side there was any good progression there. Therefore, Ice Palace afterwards. And we're talking pedestal game.
That we are. Now, as far as the other items go first, or other locations, remember, we still haven't gone into the Spike Cave. We haven't checked the Ether Tablet yet.
Spike
and
Ether, I think those might be only 2. Because a lot of the runners have checked a lot of each other's locations. They're in track each other's previous steps mode right now.
Exactly. Though there is another location. Sahasrara. We haven't seen a hint.
Sassy.
Yep, we haven't seen a hint yet involving him, so it's entirely possible. it is entirely possible. Yeah, we may have a pedestal seed here where, oh my gosh, is this actually going to happen? Are we going to see this?
An agaped seed? Ooh. Okay, allow me to go on a Murphy's Law and a worst case scenario trip for a moment. Just indulge the worst case scenario guy here for a moment.
Go for it.
You put that Master Shovel into play, right? And you put the powder on Sassafras. Which fetch quest is the one that pays?
Ooh. That's a good question. I would. I'm assuming you're only allowing me to choose one, right?
Oh, the best possible outcome is each leads you to a rod, and then you're off to Trinex.
Yeah, that's the best case, and for those that are wondering, Roxas does have access to the fake powder glitch still. SoulLyme does not.
Right, that's the reason why you don't see the cape on Roxas's side. And that big chest is never getting opened, SoulLyme. Sorry if that was what you were hoping for. Roxas also going for the hammer Helma strategy.
I don't see that many runners using bombs. I know that it only takes 4 bombs, but I feel like you can swing the hammer more and land it more consistently than the bomb throws.
If your bomb throws are good, it can be faster, but with the erratic movements of Helma, it usually on average will not pan out. But I believe best case scenario, the bombs are faster, but not by a significant. And yes, Dark Shadow's 5 bombs.
5 bombs, thank
2,
you.
5!
Wait, SoulLyme?
Oh no!
Oh no, that's bad, that's bad. Either SoulLyme miscounted or didn't want to deal with Argus.
SoulLyme will remain illiterate. This could be bad.
Our restreamer's asking, what does Argus have? The book.
Argus is just sitting down there reading some fine literature.
So, right now, Roxas is making the play that I would make. Roxas got the book, I get the decision.
Just knock these dungeons out.
While SoulLyme is taking a gamble that the pedestal isn't required. Oh boy. And, Dark Shadows, technically, we required the book in order to get into Desert Palace right now. Remember, this is not an inverted mode seed, and we don't have the flute. The book is the only way in.
And it is a crystal dungeon. It'll give us a glimpses to Ped. It'll give us a Ped check, that book will, but... Oh, right, book. It's hard commentating and tracking at the same time.
Try doing all 3.
I'll pass.
Thought so. Roxas is about to take on the Armos Knights, while SoulLyme is about to learn of the Skullwood's disappointment.
And having passed upon that literacy, SoulLyme will not be giving us a pet.
Alright. Dungeon-wise, Ice Palace is the play. It's the only play left. The remaining overworld locations, Ether Tablet, Spike Cave, Sahasrara Post Ice Palace, and maybe Magic Bat if we're going to see the fake powder glitch.
But, the logic doesn't want that, so I'm gonna have to throw that one out.
That's fine.
Ironically enough, with all the things we've found, no shields yet from our runners.
That's actually a fair point. Our runners have all of the mail upgrades, but no frontal defense. Roxas is
gonna go visit the bomb diggity cat.
But at the same time, this may be a mushroom drop-off.
Oh.
That's a mushroom drop-off.
Edna Mode is going to be very disappointed because both of our runners will soon have capes.
I feel I should know that reference, but I don't.
No capes.
Oh, right. The Incredibles. Sorry, I forgot the name of that character.
We have a question in chat on what the info is on this here challenge cup from Dark Shadows. Basically, if I understand this correctly, two runners mutually agree on what to set the game modes to be, and they just have.
Yeah, it is multiple groups of 6 runners a pop, and there has to be, I believe, 10 matches between them. Top 3 of each group get to move on to the brackets, and each match can have its own rules set up by the runners.
And just to give you an idea of how deep this is group T. Yes, T. That's the 20th letter of the alphabet. 6 runners per group, 20 groups. Yeah, we're over 120 runners here. That is, if the college math professor can calculate correctly at this hour of night.
I believe the cap was set at 192, actually. Alright, Roxas is making the play into Ice Palace, and okay, Ursula has confirmed 126 is our max.
Roxas enters the IP. Roxas is now in the IP.
Telepathic Tile? Mimic Cave will not have anything of worth.
Well, we can check that off the list.
Consider it checked. Alright, even if we see one good item in Ice Palace, we still have many more to go. We are nowhere near ready to just rush through the remaining dungeons. First chest.
Vanilla.
I was hoping to not have a compass there, personally.
So far, we have a completely vanilla ice. You're welcome.
The baseline that wasn't cool.
Ugh. Okay, we're even.
Alright, Stalfos, bombs prepped. There we go. Second tile.
Dodongo dislikes smoke. We knew that already. Thanks.
Didn't we already see that?
Yes, we did. That's why I said we already knew that.
I never thought the Jokins could
They apparently can. So, Ice Palace Bomb Jump. How does this work?
Okay, sorry, I thought you were going to answer that. So basically, get as top left as you can without falling in the pit, place the bomb, and try to cover a few of those pixels in such a way so that you go diagonally through the blocks. Well, not through the blocks, but beyond the blocks. If you're too low, you'll brush the red blocks and you'll go horizontally to the left. That's what happened a few times on Roxas' side. So Roxas is going too low right now. Needs to go a little higher. That looks fine. No, not low enough.
Oh! Aboard. No!
Maybe? No, still
Nope.
too high.
Careful, gonna run out of bombs.
And bombs are kind of useful in this dungeon. Also, SoulLyme going for half magic.
Yep, that's the abort.
Yeah, I approve of the half magic play. I
Safety
admit,
is my #1 priority.
yeah. Safety is good.
Speaking of safeties, Roxas did cash in that bee in a bottle for a blue goo, which has since been used.
Alright, without a small key, Roxas has to take the long way across.
A big key here would be very nice to check the big chest on that long route.
But it's a small key. And now SoulLyme is going into Ice Palace.
Bottle was in Midnight Cave. Okay, so leaves one outstanding. When I personally try to view a seed and figure out how trolly it is, it's usually the number of bottles at the end that tells me how bad it is. We've accounted for 3 bottles. This is a pretty trolly seed.
4 bottles in total. Not that one, that's 1 item down.
Health can also tell you a little bit, as we're up to 13 and 15 hearts respectively. Ugh.
1 more telepathic tile.
Piece of heart needs fire tower. Thanks, a little late on that one.
Alright, hook shot in hand, able to easily cross against these berries. Dash strats across the spikes.
And nice picking up a full magic on the way.
Alright, 3 chests in this segment. 2 of them hammerlocked.
East side ice. See what we got today. Oh, there's big key.
Alright, second item on East Side Ice. The big key would normally be here, but instead it is replaced with the map.
A frozen burrito.
Alright, we did pass 1 chest up. So Roxas is going to pick it up right now.
Also got a big chest coming up.
bombs. That's 2 down. 1 left. Pedestal height is increasing.
Cold Stare Fire Rod is also possible and quite amusing.
But Fire Rod is not enough for go mode.
That is true.
Big chest. Fire Rod!
I was 1 away!
But it's not go mode yet, folks. We are still missing the Ice Rod and the Flute.
And there's only 1 item here. That means that progression's either in one of those overworld locations you mentioned, or...
It could be Skull Woods. It could be Skull Woods. We haven't found any item there yet.
That's true. We can do the back half of Skull, and we'll also get a pet check on the way, because Roxas does have a book.
But first, let's take out, let's kick some ice, shall we?
Definitely. Nice opening.
I don't like that middle game.
There's a second blue goo. We're good. Bottles are empty. Don't you wish you had half magic right now?
Roxas has it.
And a small key.
That was kind of required by logic at that point, so... Alright, so if you are Roxas, what do you check first?
Sassy Rassy. You just got that green pendant, might as well check it first thing.
Well, that's what Roxas appears to be doing. Again, progression is tied to either Ice Rod or Flute. Maybe either. We don't know yet.
Could be Spike Cave. We have a few options. The Fire Rod did open up, I believe, 2 more item locations in the back half of Skull Wood.
And it opened up a possible progression in Turtle Rock, and no, Sahasrara doesn't have it!
I can now say this after the fact. I was actually rooting for garbage there because the pedestal dream is still alive.
And Roxas has all 3 pendants.
Check or blind pull?
In this case, I would blind pull it.
I request those of you in chat, if we're getting a blind pull, get your clip buttons ready. This could be a good one.
We're gonna have a little bit of time, though, because Roxas is going to navigate to back half of Skull Woods first, as SoulLyme gets the Fire Rod.
The other question is, pull, then Skull Woods? Or finish Skull Woods, then pull? I'd pull first.
I would finish Skull Woods first.
Then we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
That's fine. My reasoning is if we end up finding the flute, then we're already done, and we could just do the pedestal and then immediately flute out.
But we need an ice rod as well. Alright, you win this round.
But interestingly enough, Roxas is not going for that bottom chest first.
I also disagree with that, but then again, I really hate him off.
I'm not sure I understand the play either, but then again, Magic Mirror on hand, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference.
SoulLyme, meanwhile, making a pit stop for safety goo.
Nothing wrong with a little blue potion.
Ooh,
Alright.
just avoided that hand. And here's the moth!
Did SoulLyme complete Ice Palace? I did not see that.
I don't recall seeing him facing Cold Stare, but my focus is more on Roxas' side. At that time.
First item!
The second dollar of the game has been found. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rando fans of all ages, we're gonna see a pedestal, looks like.
Maybe not yet. Remember, there is still one more item, and Roxas is going for it first.
That's okay, we'll just build the suspense a little bit longer. We are 2 items from Go Mode.
And SoulLyme is heading to Skullwoods immediately, but not realizing that... Okay, 10 arrows, uh-oh. JTN, I'm gonna let you hype this one.
We are off to check a pedestal. It could be a blind pull. He could read it first. Let's see what we have today. He's got the book. Let's see what we got. Save the duck and fly to freedom. We have a flute.
And that means pedestal required. Which means SoulLyme is now dangerously behind, folks.
I had the right item slot in the inventory, just the wrong option there.
We were close, JTN. We were close.
We were frighteningly close.
And the unfortunate part is SoulLyme has not completed any pendant dungeons. Alright. Go for it. I know what you want to do.
Please rise for our national anthem. When a quacking duck, flying you to and fro, I have silly web feet, look at me go. My mountain or cave, flying you at your will. But it's dirt, I still have a bill. I had to go with the classic.
I completely understand. And now, Roxas is off to Misery Mire. I approve of this play.
We got Checkerboard. We got Mire Shed. We have a whole dungeon. We are an ice rod from Go Mode, unless this needs ether, and it does not. Whew.
That looked like Quake on my end.
Correct. $16th heart and a big 20.
And Roxas is immediately going into Misery Mire.
Looks like Checkerboard will be checked later, if at all.
And we may just hop over it.
Well played.
So, Dark Shadows has asked, what is fire-locked in Misery Mire? One unique item. One of the 2 unique items in this dungeon is located on the western half. The other one, who knows where. And in the meantime, SoulLyme has chosen to go to Death Mountain.
Oh, he's got a fire rod. Could totally check out beginning that east side of T-Rock right at the very start.
That is true. And, nope, SoulLyme just realized maybe faster to go through Paradox. I approve of this.
Definitely.
Alright, first chest in Misery Mire coming up.
Vanilla, you would find a small key here. I'll show myself out.
Look, Misery Mire has 3 small keys and chests. The odds are kind of there.
And now we're up to 3 small keys. That's how Meyer plays, folks.
Wasn't that also a small key chest in Vanilla?
I believe so.
Alright. Is Roxas
SoulLyme.
going to take care of left side first?
Nope, he's gonna go hit the switch. Get that check. Which I like that play. The SoulLyme is indeed doing T-Rock, and there's the big key of Meyer.
SoulLyme has learned too late about the cash hint. Alright, left side time. We will see a unique item in one of these 2 chests. Roxas is hoping it's on this first one. It wasn't bombs, that's not unique.
There's a lot of those.
So,
Welcome, cutscene chest.
So in the meantime, let's focus on SoulLyme's side. 2 chests available over here. We know that one of them has to have a small key in order to progress beyond the fire chomps, or the chain chomps, excuse me. Turtle Rock is full of fire, I got thrown off.
That's fair. Little hookshot time saver, always approve of that message. Not to be confused with Crystal Roller Room, this is just regular Roller Room.
Alright, small key, compass, oh boy. And unique item, Ice Rod!
Ladies and gentlemen, that means that 1 hour, 50 minutes, roxas232 has entered Go Mode.
Roxas is able to finish up immediately Misery Mire, and then go up to Turtle Rock to finish that. Spike Cave has nothing of value this time.
So, just to recap what we experienced today, this was effectively an all dungeons Aga pedestal seed. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a moment.
It's impressive. It's just wow. I mean, who could have expected this? In one of the first rounds of the Challenge Cup. So, Mr. Rue, well, we can go with French Vanilla Seed, sure.
Yeah. I really would prefer calling this false flags. Since, you know, they didn't set all dungeons but happened anyway. Again, I'll see myself out when this is over.
Either way you say it. I just realized SoulLyme was playing as a Dragon Knight, and so the Dark World sprite was that of a Dratini.
Careful, Roxas! Oh, that was close.
Agreed, but fortunately Roxas managed to survive, and of course get a small key for the trouble.
So those of you who always say the answer is Laser Bridge, no, the answer is not Laser Bridge today.
And the unfortunate part here is SoulLyme is not going to get the Ice Rod. Because, as we just discovered, it's in Mire.
And with that placement of... Oh, gosh. Let me think for a moment here. Because of the early duck out of Swamp Palace and not getting that pendant...
And Ice Palace, don't forget that.
And also not getting the book off of Argus... Argus is blocking not one, but two ways to access Crystal Desert Palace.
Oh, SoulLyme is not going to be happy.
What's in the third bottle? More bees!
So now, Roxas is basically able to just clean house in Turtle Rock, not even have to worry about the items. There's the actual first one in Turtle Rock, and it is a piece of heart. SoulLyme at best is going to get three or four more items, but none of them are the necessary ones.
Because we've already seen them.
Exactly.
So we're pretty much at this point watching SoulLyme to see what's ahead in T-Rock, but this seed is almost all but gone for Roxas with a win. You don't want to call it too early, because you never know what could happen later, but it's heavily skewed in one direction.
Exactly. I understand SoulLyme's mentality, not wanting to go through the pendant dungeons. Maybe they had thought that it was primarily the crystal dungeons and just forgetting about the Master Sword pedestal, which in this case was required. Alright, SoulLyme going at least for the safety strategy of exiting and re-entering for this laser bridge section. If
Definitely
a death
approve
is
of
taken,
safety case.
yeah, if a death is taken, you restart here. However, with the magic cape, yeah, it may not be needed. There's your first shield.
Ah! And SoulLyme is a little concerned, I would say.
10 bombs. 3 bombs.
13 bombs and a shield. And a ball key. Was that vanilla?
The fourth one is vanilla. Fourth from the top, actually. Maybe third.
So once again, Mr. Who said it first, I'll say it again. French vanilla.
I mean, at that point, we may as well just go into vanilla ice cream territory. In the meantime, SoulLyme is going through what I call, okay, the not-so-pointless cave in this case. Excellent knowledge to know that fairies are there.
Yup. I personally use that on many an occasion just because the fact that a health refill there right before a boss just for Warping Worlds, yeah, I'll take that.
What I don't approve of is getting the fairies only to immediately save and quit. I don't get the point.
Oh. No Ice Rod to take care of business in that dungeon, so couldn't really do more in T-Rock anyway.
That is true. I did not see SoulLyme equip the bug net, maybe for an attempt at catching a fairy.
Might have just been muscle memory at that point.
And now SoulLyme, I
Oh,
think, is
no.
trying to go through every other location just to see if something was forgotten.
SoulLyme, I believe you're correct, might be in double checking. Oh no.
Did SoulLyme go into the back half of Escape?
Had to. The sewer's key is there. Had to go in the back of Escape because it was in the leftmost of the back 3 chests. And
Did
Dark
he-
Cross is garbage.
Well, was the front half of Sewer Escape uncovered by SoulLyme? I don't recall us finding anything useful there.
No. Yeah, big old 50. Well, hey, here's Trinex. Gonna try to... Oh, backdooring! Bold strategy.
Uh-oh, has to be careful. Even with red mail, Trinex hurts.
Yay, blue goo.
Alright, SoulLyme, where are you headed? Never went to turn in the purple chest to, the Silent Thief.
Who is, once again, the bomb.
And using hammer strats.
Remember, these runners are both on Master Sword only still.
Ooh boy. However, Roxas is also in contention to finish this up. There's tempered.
We have Bacon Sword.
So let's at least talk about what's about to happen here. Roxas has gotten all 7 pendants, or 7 crystals, excuse me. Let's make sure they are marked on the tracker. So at this point, Roxas is able to finish the game by going up to Ganon's tower.
But
Yep, we need the big key to actually ascend properly. There are 22 item locations where it can be. Folks in chat, put in a number between 1 and 22 inclusive, and let's see if you're right. If you want to go by an item location, you can do that too.
I always guess 13.
I'm going to go... 4 chest room to the right of tile room, southwest chest.
Interesting choice.
Starting with 1 small key, 2 piece of heart.
3, mirror out to go left side.
Ooh, SoulLyme got lost a little bit. And the torch has a key, so, sorry, Dr. Bob.
It's alright, we still have his chest. It's coming later, don't worry. Love to see me some Ice Armos today. I mean, that would be probably the worst possible scenario now. All 10 dungeons in Ice Starbucks. There's sword number 4.
Well, taking
In
out
chest
Ganon
number
will be
4.
easy.
Sword 4 and chest 4.
Yeah, Ganon's easy tonight. Chest number 6, Red Rupee. Chest number 7, Big Key, right chest position, wrong room.
Lucky number 7. And I still have a song available, so if you look over on SoulLyme's side, Spiky Cave, Spiky Cave. What is hiding in Spiky Cave? All we know is a Stretch is gonna check it anyway. Look out! Here comes Spiky Cave.
Watch your feet there, JTN.
Yeah, about that.
So, one of the changes I talked about with earlier in this race is V30. You no longer find arrow or bomb expansions in the chest. You have to go to the, payment fairy. Yeah, Venus. So, depending on how you like to play this gauntlet, you may be dangerously low on arrows.
The way I like to play it when I'm going right side, I like to throw bombs for that crystal switch that most use into Samaria for. That's really how it affects me now.
For me, it's these first 2 rooms right here. These are where I like to use arrows a lot and then hope I have enough for Landmolas at the end of this floor.
Once again, we disagree. I say, bombos it. Bombos it all.
That's also a valid strategy as long as you have enough magic and... Wow, the Beamos caused Roxas to throw the pot and it managed to kill the, I forget what you call those enemies.
Lizalfos, I believe.
Yeah, they do kind of look like Lizalfos now that I think about it. I am so used to the 3D representations of them, though.
Well, you gotta look at this game from a top-down perspective.
That is both fair and a bad pun. Also, SoulLyme is unintentionally making the correct play.
Yeah.
He knows that he left an item behind. We know that it's Book.
But yeah, this seed.
Yeah, for an open mode seed, this one would trip up a number of runners, regardless of skill level.
This seed really favors the completionist. Because pretty much every shortcut gamble you could think of was a penalty waiting to happen. Inconvenient overroll checks? Yeah, they had some nice progression. Pendant dungeons? Every single one of them required.
SoulLyme is... oh boy, hoping for the best. Alright, Roxas is in one of the penultimate rooms here. Has enough keys. Picks up some magic.
Yep, penultimate chest is being opened. There's Ether! Are we going to see the inevitable conclusion chest opened today? Some might call it Molderum's last possession. Some might use an inappropriate meme to describe this chest. Will it be open?
And the conclusion is
Aghanim is right ahead.
Yeah, Moldorm didn't get lost.
So, with this level of equipment, how do you like to face Aghanim?
Sword. I'm boring.
And there's a double! Double! Double!
A triple-double. Nice. And as SoulLyme gets the blue pendant and the book, I think he kind of realizes the amount of trouble he's in.
As Roxas has a choice. Either go straight to the pig, or go fill up on some goo.
He's going in. Alright, Ganon, what are your words of wisdom today?
Grumble. Seriously, you're supposed to bring food.
And Zelda 1 is still involved. Ganon has 4 phases. It is destruction. Wait, wrong game, sorry.
This is not Death Mountain, and Roxas is out of goos. Keep that in mind. Those are 2 empty bottles. As we enter phase 2.
Phase 3, technically.
Right. I can count.
Well, hopefully Roxas remembers how to count to 4 at the end, because that is what is necessary.
Yes, we did find the arrows in Arrow Cave.
Oh, watch that footing! Okay. No. You cannot. You cannot burn the. Well, technically, Ganon would be a warlord with his magic, but you can't burn the witch, really. But you can skewer him with magical arrows. GG to Roxas for finishing this race in Group T. We will get an official SRL time once he goes through that door.
And the time is
2 hours, 10 minutes, 57 seconds.
Spam those emotes, chat. You see what the Triforce is telling you to do. Would you like to extend an interview?
I will once I get the link over. In the meantime, let's focus on SoulLyme.
On his way to Landmo 1, almost said Moldorm 1. Hello, welcome, and GG. That was an interesting seed, let's just say.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I didn't see the full clear coming until the end.
Yep, all dungeons in disguise, pedestal, Aga.
Yeah. What did I pick? This is clearly a terrible decision. That normal open mode was clearly too advanced of a mode.
Someone had to get a seed like this. For better or worse, you got it over with.
Yeah, I struggled through, but the pedestal fluid at the end really validated all the poor routing, so I was happy with that.
Yep. Now, did you realize Argus blocked the access to desert 2 ways?
No, I did not. Besides just having the book?
The flute way in as well.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that is
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Huh.
And he had a pen.
I think he cut out.
Yeah. Well, the big decider here was SoulLyme decided to duck out of that pendant swamp right before facing the boss.
Oh, no. Yeah, that sucks.
Furthermore, I do believe SoulLyme also had jumped out of Ice Palace. I did not see him clear it either.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's never feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with how I played. The routing could use a little work, but I feel like the fights went pretty well, so I was happy with that.
Honestly, the way that this seed ended up, I don't see how you could have routed it that much better.
You know, that's probably reasonable. It kind of begged for a full clear, so...
The only routing difference I think that could have saved some time is Castle Escape before Eastern, because of that bow.
Yeah, that bow would have been pretty clutch, but it didn't hurt too bad because I had to go back to pod like 3 times anyway, so... Or twice, or whatever, but...
Palace of multi-dips.
Yep, for sure. Even when you have the bow, it's rude. But
yeah.
I think one of the happier moments was the hammer right outside of Thieves Town. I was like, okay, good. I don't have to go back in here like 5 times.
The mirror was also very convenient.
Oh yeah, I was a little worried about that mirror, but then I was like, oh, okay, now I can use it to do all the fetch west stuff and drop off the hammersmith.
And the duck call sleeps again until the next seed word gets placed there.
Yep.
Uh-oh, SoulLyme is about to learn of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, we might see some rage slash.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's... How often do you have to worry about defeating Aghanim or getting the item on the pedestal on your previous seeds?
I mean, I feel like it's happened, but it's individually they've happened before. I don't think I've ever had them both be required in one seed.
Then hope you've enjoyed a piece of history as SoulLyme just staring.
Yeah.
Staring. Ugh. Not a happy camper.
Yeah, I don't blame him. That's... Yeah, especially with the double dips, that's gotta be really painful.
Yeah, that was a potential... Yeah, Raichu Knight is perhaps correct. That was a potential rage.
Yeah, if you were to put a name on this seed, I think it would be the Completionist's Dream. Because, did you have to do it? Yes. Doesn't matter what? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect one if you have no idea how to route. Just show up everywhere and keep going.
So, here's a question for you.
Sure.
How come you never turned in that mushroom?
I did. I totally did. I used the cape on Laser Bridge to badly avoid the lasers.
Yeah, you held off on that one for quite a while. Did you have the idea to try and fake a powder for Magic Bat? Because we were talking about that in chat and on commentary for a while.
Sure.
We're going to see Ether Tap.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? I had it in the back of my mind, but it was basically like I didn't go back there just because it was so out of the way for such a long time. Without the flute, it's pretty hard to get back over there. So I was kind of hoping I'd pick up the flute and show up there, but grab some potions maybe. But that flute clearly just did not want to show up until you beat it out of the game. So yeah.
And SoulLyme is getting frustrated, realizing that Tower of Hera would also have to be defeated.
Yep.
Oh,
he didn't do Tower of Hera yet either?
A partial.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
again, it's the strategy of, do you deal with the pendant dips fully, or do you just hope that it's all on the crystals? And in this case,
it was kind of not on the crystals.
Yeah, the completionist dream turned into a nightmare.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, my strategy is usually if I'm like at the boss room anyway or close to it, like I'll go for it unless it's something where you gotta like go real far to it. Like if I have to go another floor and kill the boss, like might as well at least try even if I die, because you know it's a minute time loss versus potential 10+ minute time loss or whatever. So at least that's how I look at it.
Well, at least SoulLyme is still trucking a bit. Hold on a second. Don't know yet, but in the meantime, 167 items.
Yeah, it's a healthy seed. But still no powder somehow. That's...
We don't know where it is.
Really?
The first shield was on Laser Bridge. That's pretty much the only extra knowledge that we have.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a totally shieldless seed. It's pretty rare too.
And yep, you did turn in the mushroom. I see that confirmed on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very nice that they added in V30 here, this little summary screen at the end.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that they have the mushroom as not existing, even though I had it at one point.
You had it at one point. You no longer have it.
That's true. I don't know. I guess it makes sense.
Now, here's an interesting thing. Of course, we're looking at the streams, of course, for these tournament races on a delay.
Sure.
Can you tell us whether you went back to hunt for the missing items or not? Sometimes people are curious as to what else is there.
No, I've just been chilling on the screen. I actually went upstairs to go watch the Patriots game for a little bit.
And I think based off of SoulLyme's reactions, I think we can officially call this, yeah, SoulLyme has forfeited from the race.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, let's bring SoulLyme in if they want to join us in the booth here.
Sure.
And vent some frustration.
And with that, SoulLyme, GG, and what a seat, huh?
Yeah, that was a pretty steaming pile of hot garbage.
It was a steaming pile of gambles just not paying off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that unfortunately really didn't reward not full clearing, which for some reason I chose to do, but it sucks. GG though, well played.
Yeah, it was.
These the seeds you get warned about, but don't really ever end up expecting because of their infrequent nature. But when they bite you in the posterior end, they do so with no mercy.
Yeah, I was pretty alright with it being the Aghanim seed. That's not too much trouble to go through there and just wreck him real quick. But once I found out a flute was on pedestal, I was just done. I was so done.
With that book so late. Yeah, that Argus Black Desert access 2 ways. Because of the flute having a pendant for that pedestal and for that book.
Yeah, that I could have full cleared swamp. That would have solved all my problems.
If you'd like, I can tell you where some other items were that you did not get to.
You mean like the butter sword?
Yep, one sword on Trinex, the other in DM's room of T-Rock, and the penultimate chest was an ether. Outside of that, no more information to share with you.
Wow. See, having to do Master Sword Trinex and then getting a sword upgrade off of him is probably one of the biggest middle fingers I've ever seen.
Hey, I was just happy I didn't have to fight Gan with the Master Sword. This is not my favorite thing to do in the world if I don't have to.
Oh god, no, it's
Well,
the worst.
at least you found the Cave of Arrows.
That's true. That's true. There was a lot of arrows in there. I forgot. Yeah, I didn't
30
realize.
silvers, yeah.
Yeah.